Welcome back, everybody, to Satisfactory. I'm an old guy gaming, and in this episode, we are going to get our copper production line set up. Our copper product production line, I guess I should say, to be a little more accurate. So I extended things out a little bit more that way with the platform. We ran into some grass issues here, and I don't know if I put a foundation here, if it'll destroy that plant or not. But you know, that's one of our berry plants, which gives us healing food. So I'm just going to kind of leave this the way it is for now. We're not going to have to come this far with what we're going to do with the copper anyways. All right. So just like before, we're going to set up the factory first, and then we'll set up the lines coming to the factory. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to start by putting in some splitters like we did before. So let's go ahead and make sure that's centered. And then we're just going to go up to 4, just like we did before. Make sure the input is over on that side, and then delete these. We're going to put in 3 more splitters. And then the 4th splitter, same thing, except for this one, we're going to make sure that the input is facing out that way. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Beautiful. Okay, and then we'll just connect all of these together like so. And again, like we did before, we're going to then put elevators on each of these. All right, now we're going to come to this splitter here. And we're going to start using these stackable conveyor pulls. So we're going to put this right on the edge. And we're going to need to go up 3, I believe, on that. Okay, and then we can do a conveyor line directly to there. Beautiful. Okay, that takes care of that. Everything else from here on out we'll work on later. So let's keep working on the factory here. So the first constructor that we're going to put in is going to be our copper wire. Okay, now so all this is going to do for us is just produce copper wire, and that's it. That's all it's going to do. So we're going to bump it up, move it back 1, put it in place. This next one is going to be copper sheeting, and then the last 2 are going to be also copper wire that will be used to then feed into our cable, a cable constructor that we'll set up. All right, so let's pop in the conveyor there. Pop in a conveyor. Oh, did we not get those lined up right? We did not. All right, let's redo these. There we go. Can you imagine how painful this game would be if you didn't get all your stuff back once you set something down? It would not be good. It would rage quit time. Very good. All right, now we're going to set this constructor for copper wire. We're going to set this constructor for copper sheeting, and these 2 also for copper wire. Excellent, that's done. All right, now next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some elevators. Actually, no, we're not going to put elevators on there yet. What we're going to do now is we're going to put some storage down. So let's bring up a storage bin. Out of here. Get out of here. So we're going to keep, let's see. Yeah. We're going to keep these 2 rows open too. This is going to be like a major avenue through our factory floor. So we're going to keep both those open. So we're not going to come past the edge of here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up our first bin so that the wireframe comes right to the seam. We want to make sure for this one that the input's on this side, and then we're going to stack these up and make sure that they are alternating. Like so. All right, very good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put an elevator on here, and we're going to go up till the 4th one is showing, and then 1 more, turn it this way, And because I've done this a few times now, I know that that's exactly what we need to get that Nice and straight. Excuse me. Now, just like before, we're going to zigzag down. You know, those do protrude quite a way into our avenue, don't they? I think I'm going to actually hold this whole business back. So, yeah, let's redo this. All right, so we had the wireframe out to the seam. I think I'm going to instead put the wireframe on that. Yeah, this, I think that's the center of this tile. Right. Okay. That's still gonna should still leave us plenty of room to move through here. But once we get these guys on, see, they're gonna stick out almost to the edge of this. Very good. All right, let's redo these. There we go. That looks better. That looks better. Okay, so this one's done. We just have to hook up power and it'll start making copper wire for us once we get everything else hooked up. We're going to essentially set up the same exact setup for the copper sheeting. Exactly the same. Excellent. Okay, copper sheeting's done. And we have room to move through here. It's a beautiful thing. All right, now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place some conveyor or some vertical elevators on these guys and pop them up like that and like that. All right, now I want to put a splitter here. So that's number 6 on my toolbar. And I want to put a merger number 7 here. And I want to make sure that the output is coming this way, which it is. Okay, let's hook those guys together. Very good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to drop another conveyor down here, like so. Gets a little tight in here, but I think... Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Nope, that's not what we're going to do. That is not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to grab another constructor, and we're going to turn it so the input is that way and use control. And I think I want this to... the output of this to line up with the front of the storage boxes that are over there. Now, did we get that straight on? Yes, we did. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Now what we're going to do is put this here and connect it into there. And I think that actually made the connection. Yeah, so it should be good. That move did that move it over a little bit more, or is that maybe is where it was? I don't know. Anyway, that's the way we're gonna do it. Okay, very good. Now we're gonna set this to make cable, and we'll look at the throughput and all that kind of stuff in a little bit. All right, very good. Now we're going to do once again the same exact thing that we did here, except for the storage bins are going to be going the alternate direction. So we actually want the output facing us instead of the input. Otherwise, make sure it's all lined up, and then make sure it alternates like so. Excelente. Okay, now we're going to grab ourselves another elevator. We're going to attach it here. We're going to go up till the 4th one showing, and then one more, and have it pointing that direction. Now, if I try and put a conveyor in here, it's gonna be... oh, yeah, it's not gonna... I think I need to hold Yeah, I need to hold the constructor out a little further. It's too close. So let's do that. Probably 2 more notches out this way from where it is, or maybe 1 more notch. Let's try 1 more notch. Okay, let's try that. Still think we might be a little too close. That's probably where we were when we started. Oh, no. That's actually perfect. Nice. Okay, I couldn't have done that better myself. I guess I did do it myself, didn't I? That's actually perfect. Okay, great. And this is back. It is lined up with the other ones. Okay. Should have just done that in the first place. Very good. Okay, now let's do our thing here as usual. So this does get a little tight through here, but we can still walk through here ourselves. We probably should be able to get the factory cart through there. We won't be able to get the tractor through there, but we don't really have a reason to bring the tractor through there. Very good. Okay, now what we're going to do is hook this back up. So get that there, turn this around, and just run a belt there. Perfect. Okay, so because this is a merger, of course, the copper wire from this is also merged into here, so that we get both of those coming into this constructor. We need to reset this now to do cable. All right, that's pretty much it for the factory, other than power. So let's go ahead and put some power over here. We've got a power line. Where do we have a power line? We have one right there. We should be able to put them on those seams. Okay, yeah. So, oh yeah, this will actually work out fine. Okay, so let's tap into here, and I think we'll come right to the edge of the avenue just in case we need this for something else later. And then if we put that there, one here, and one here, because we're going to need to run power down through here too. So if we connect one there and put it right on the edge, let's hold it back one so it doesn't hang over like it was before. There. All right, now what we can do is pop you in there, and yeah, you go to there. So you're taking care of that one. This pole is taking care of these two. Oh, yeah, we're fine. Oh, you know what though? Yeah, that's going through the splitter. Okay, I knew something wasn't quite right here. It just took me a second to figure out what it was. Okay. You can connect into there, but what we're going to have to do here is bring this over to here. And then this is available, you know, to connect something else in the future. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think we'll run with that one. Okay. So we should have power to everything, which we do. Let me double check and make sure. That should be wire. That's wire. This should be plating. And this should be wire. And this should be cables. Very good. Okay, now let's get our conveyor line run here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump down here. All right, guys. Now I forgot something kind of important with this copper production factory thing. The smelters. I forgot the smelters. So what I was going to do was run the lines down to the miner, hook up the ore, and have the ore come up here and have everything be good. And then it's like, oh, wait a minute, we're forgetting something. So you can put the smelters down by the miner, or you can put them up on the factory, or halfway between. You do you, I do me. You know, that sort of conversation we've already had a couple of times. I like to put most of the stuff on the factory. The miner obviously has to stay out there, but I like the refiners up here, so everything's all in one place. It can all be checked and adjusted as needed. We don't have to run all over the place to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the smelters up here too. So let's start by getting rid of this because this is no longer in the right place. And we're also going to have to turn this the other way too. So let's get that stuff out of the way. And then we're going to grab a splitter. But this time we want the splitter to... what the hell, man? Oh, I gotta put it down here. That's right. We want the splitter to the input to be on this side. Like so. Okay. And then we might need to reset this too, so it's actually going in there. Let's get rid of this. You can see I actually ran a test and discovered my mistake. So I deleted all that footage and we're starting over. Okay. All right. So that's good. And we got all this ore in here too. You know, we're going to have to just clean it out by resetting all of this. The funny thing about all this too is, why is that so low res? I was actually watching another YouTuber a couple of days ago, and he did the same exact thing, and I was thinking in the video, hey dude, you forgot your smelters, and now I'm doing it myself, so it's easy to do. It is easy to do. Okay, let's get these guys reset. Okay, I think we're back the way we need to be over here. Very good. All right, now let's grab ourselves a couple of smelters. So we're going to go in here, we're going to grab a smelter. We want the input to be on this side, and we're going to set it up so the wireframe is right on the seam. I guess it doesn't go on the seam, so we'll set it up right there. Make sure that's lined up to that one. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the end of this block. We're going to set up conveyor poles, and we're going to put them 3 high, like so. Okay, and then we're going to we're going to take a splitter, and we're going to set it up, make sure it's in the middle, and we want the input on the other side, and we're going to do the same thing here. Sure the input's on the other side. Okay, let's remove these and these. Very good. Now that should line up. Looks correct. Yep, that looks good. Okay. That can go in there. All right, now let's get ourselves some elevators, and we got to pop them up to here and then turn them around this way. Same thing here. Okay, I think that'll work. They are kind of clipping a little bit, but it should work. And actually, yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, now over here, what we want to do is we want to put this in, and we want to go up to, yeah, 2 thingamadoodles up and 2 thingamadoodles up like that, because that should put it on the same level as these. Now we're going to take another splitter, we're going to pop it here, and we're going to take a merger, pop it here with the output going that way, hook those 2 guys up. And then to get this to work now, what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to get a stackable conveyor pole. And it might be easier to do it this way. Okay, and then let's hold it back 2. Go up 3. And that should give us a right angle. Looks good. Okay, once we have that set, we don't need to keep these here. There we go. Okay, I think that's looking good. And of course, we want to set these guys to smelt copper. Okay, now for the power. Let's see. We ran this power to here. So we should be able to actually, yeah, this should be easy. I think what we'll do, this already has 3 connections on it. Where are the power connectors on these guys? Oh, they're right here. Okay. So let's grab another power connector and bring it to this intersection. And then we'll just connect there and connect there. And that's, yeah, that's good. That's not going through anything, so we're good. And then we should have one more. Okay. Yeah. Do we have room to connect one more thing on this? Yes, we do. Beautiful. Okay, let's put this right at the edge of here. Ooh, is that going through the thing? Eh. It's kind of touching it, isn't it? Damn it, Jim. Yeah, that's a shocking situation. All right, let's do this. Let's run a pole to here. And then we're going to run the line. Yeah, we can run a line to there. To this one. And then we can take this one out and run a connection from here over to here. And then do this to that. And this one, I think what we'll do here is, let's take that, whoops, let's take this back out. All right, let's run this one all the way to the edge here. Okay. Then we're going to run one from here to here, but we want to hold this one on the inside. And then we can run a connection to there. And then have a power pole to go out to our miner too. Okay, I think that's the best way to set that up. That, ooh, is that touching? No, it's not. Okay. All right, that should work. We're almost done. Almost done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to jump down here. And we're going to grab some foundations. We're going to go into zoop mode. And we're going to zoop over to here. Maybe there. Okay, so I've already set that miner so that it's running on in the cardinal direction. So we got that taken care of. Looks like we need to go out at least one more here. Right. Okay, so that puts that right there. Okay, good. This tree is going to have to go. Come on, highlight. There you go. Okay, so we got rid of that. Got rid of that. Okay, so now what I want to do here is I want to... let's put this here, but we want it to be 1, 2 this way. Go up 3. Now this is going to be a matter of It's kind of hanging off the edge there, but that's all right, I think. Putting an elevator down here and making sure it's up high enough to reach that. And we might have to do a little bit of trial and error, but I'm thinking, I don't know, let's try here first. Okay. And will that get... It's not high enough if we want it to be level, which we do. Here, let's actually, before we keep messing with that, let's do something over here first. Okay, so this will go as far as this guy here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put stackables in the middle of this guy and go up 3 high. And then we should be able to connect this to here. Got ourselves a nice 90-degree angle. And we should be able to actually remove this and remove this and just go like this. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So now we just have to get the elevator set up correctly. Actually, let's get the power done first. We're almost finished here. So we're going to bring this all the way out to here. So I think what we're going to have to do, unfortunately, here is we're going to have to put another platform. And I'm going to tap that and make it the skinny one for the power. Okay, now let's grab the power. We're going to run it over to here. Yeah, let's just put it there, and then we'll run another one just straight across to here. And then that should reach. Whoop. There we go. Okay, good. So now that's powered up. Everything's nice and straight. Nothing's touching. We're good. Okay. So now we just have to figure out how high to make the elevator. So let's go ahead and up. That's where it was before. Let's pop it up one more. And I bet you that'll do the trick. All right, let's try it again. Okay, we'll look at it from over here. Use the bottom of my monitor to gauge it, and it's perfect. Hot damn. Okay. We are now, ladies and gentlemen, in the copper production business. Let's get rid of all that stuff down there. Got a few more things to clean up that are, that's right below us. But yeah, cool. Oh, there are a couple more things I want to do here real quick. So let's get rid of this and this here. And we're also going to get rid of that, and that. And let's do a vertical on this just to get it down below to right about there. So it's looks like it's resting on the ground. We've got quite a big gap in here. Can we vertical this one? Yeah, right there. Okay. Oh, try it again. There we go. Now, like I said in the previous episode, we might look for a more eloquent way to handle this later, but this is what we have to work with for now. So I think it gets the job done. Let's go over here and take a look and see what's happening. So the ore hasn't quite made it. Let's actually prime these with some of the ore that's in my inventory just to get them going. All right, the rest of it I'm just going to throw in the sink. Okay. So, now let's talk about efficiency with this particular setup. So, we know that our miner down below is limited to 60 product per minute because of the Mark I belt. However, with this production line, I think I'm going to keep everything as Mark I belts. At least for now. Oh, I guess I already did that. Yeah, okay. So I've already underclocked this, so it's equal to 60 parts per minute. Okay, so good. And if you didn't watch yesterday's episode, the reason we're doing that is because it uses quite a bit less power. So we're not wasting any power. All right, so that's done. These guys output 30 per minute. They take in 30 ore and output 30 copper. So the two of them together through this merger is outputting 60 per minute, which is what the belt can handle. So we're good to go with the flow of materials there. And you can see that the ingots are coming through back to back. Everybody's happy, and we're perfect there. Okay. Oh shit. Hold on a second. We got some ore that came through here, so it's blocking everything else. So we got to redo this. I wish there was a way we could clear that out, but I don't know if there is or not. We're probably going to have to also redo these guys too. And we should see ingots flowing down. Very good. Okay. So we're good to go on that. Now, let's take a look at... So we know that these guys are outputting... between the two of them, they're outputting 60 ingots per minute. The belt can handle 60. We're good to go there. So now, this guy is going to take in 15 per minute. The wire is, as are these two, because these two are also... no, sorry. This one's a wire. So 15 per minute and 15 per minute here. Right? Here, let's bump that back up for a second. Because I was messing with it earlier. So 15 per minute here. So that's 45. And the copper sheeting takes in 20 per minute. So we're basically 5 over what the production line can handle. You know, what the input can handle. So to deal with that, what we're going to do is we're going to underclock this constructor, because what's going to happen is we're going to eventually end up with just tons and tons of copper wire. And what we're going to do with that tons and tons of copper wire, the excess, is we're going to feed it into the sink along with a whole bunch of other stuff when it's all said and done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this constructor and I'm going to underclock it by 5, so it's producing only 10, or taking in rather only 10 per minute. So let's knock it down to 90% and see what that does. Okay, 10.05 per minute. That's good enough. So 67%. Okay, and then in doing that, yeah, it's going to slow down the copper wire production just a little bit. And now we've got pretty much 100% efficiency here in our copper factory. And we don't need to upgrade that belt. We can keep it at 60. As long as we keep our miner down to 50% underclock, which we will, and it's using a lot less power, you know, doing that, we got ourselves a nice copper setup. Now, you know, obviously, if it turns out later on that we don't have enough copper production going on, and I'm starting to run out of things that I need, then we have some options. One would be, of course, the first thing would be to upgrade this to a Mark II and make the miner put the miner back to 100%, right? And then we just add more constructors. We'd have to kind of rebuild this whole thing, or maybe make a whole nother section, you know, to make what we need. But I think that this will probably work for us. And it definitely will work for us for now. But, you know, like I said, if it becomes apparent later on that we have some shortage, then we'll just adjust at that point and add more to it. But I think this is going to get us started. So we should have copper wire in here. We should have copper sheeting in here. And we should have cabling being made up in there. It's a beautiful thing. All right, you guys, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And what we're going to do in the next episode, you guessed it, we're going to start the iron production chain, and we've got, that's going to be the most complicated of these first three, just because there's a lot of stuff that, you know, that we have to make with the iron. So, you know, we're going to start with plates, rods, and screws, but then we're going to have to start working with assemblers, which, you know, will combine that stuff together to make more advanced stuff, starting with reinforced plating, because once we get the reinforced plating going, then we can upgrade our concrete to Mark II like we need to do and get that going at 100% efficiency. So, all right, that is it for this episode. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment and share the video, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.